My name's Rhonda Wilson. I'm the manager with Central Coast ARAFMI. We work with and support families and consumers who have mental illness in the family. We have an office at Kincumber. We've got a consumer social and rec program at Baddo Bay, and we've just purchased this property at Narara. We're a really small organisation, probably equivalent of 5 full-time to 6 full-time workers across 3 different sites and 5 different programs. So this was all done really on a wing and a prayer in terms of people volunteering their time. This property was acquired by us. We had $500,000 that we wanted to invest. It's a beautiful property. It's on 2.5 acres. It's got 2 houses. That in itself came about at a time when we were hearing about social enterprise. We were hearing about that strange idea that you actually went out and made money to survive, which has never been a concept for community organisations. We have been over-reliant on government funding. And we needed to grow to be able to sustain ourselves. We needed resources to maintain our value in today's competitive market. We understand that the purchase of service contractors, in combination with our reliance on government funding, could lead us on a path of practices and behaviours of government departments and agencies. That was the thing that frightened me more than borrowing the money. That you need to hold on to who you are. It's about making money. You've got to be really careful that you don't lose sight of why you're there. What we were about to do would enable us to make a choice about how far we went. We had to transfer ourselves from thinking like a community organisation and thinking that we didn't have enough of anything and seeing ourselves as, oh dear, we've only got a small amount of money in terms of funding. We don't have many workers. One of the things about disabilities in particular, and particularly mental health, because it's not the sexiest thing to try and sell anybody, we wanted particularly the consumers to have ownership and to feel proud of what they did. And that's why this house was such a necessary purchase at the time. You've got to have a board that's going to back you up because, you know, we as workers can decide we know what's best and consumers and carers can just tell us that that's what they want. But unless you've got a board to back you and support you, it can be too hard. So we had to act in spite of all our fears. We had to learn a new language and we had to adapt to the changing environment. As you say, NDIS. So it all started with a visualisation exercise on a planning day that allowed us all to dream beyond the confines of contract funding. But you also have to know your limitations. And as a community worker, what I'm really good at is working in the community. I am not a financier. I don't understand the language at all of all that stuff. I still don't like reading spreadsheets. Even to read a budget for me is painful. I had great networks in the community. People knew that our organisation ran on a lot of passion and so therefore were more than willing to support us. I had to learn to write a business plan. It sounds scarier than it actually is. We also had to be really clear about what the vision was. We didn't call it social enterprise ventures. We just said there's so many things we want to do. It was a brave new world. We had to sell our vision, prepare to be transformed, increase partnerships, which we did, co-creation opportunities, innovative resources, collaboration and shared approaches. You know, they all talk about it. Laying their deposit. Who is going to lend us money? What did we need from these lenders? Yes, we needed the money, number one. But we needed them to understand who we were and how the types of support that we might need and how we were going to do it. We weren't used to ticking every box and filling out every form, and so we needed a bit of guidance. I spent my time looking for people who would help us at no cost, and that's what you had to do. And so I was lucky enough to find an ex-banker who I carted around with me to everything that involved numbers, and he explained what that meant. He also said, you know, Rhonda, you really have to be able to explain to people how you're going to pay this money back. So you really do need those people behind you. Thank you.